Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Shannon Adcock, and I'm speaking on behalf of Awake, Illinois. Something extremely unprecedented happened tonight, which I didn't have remarks for. I wasn't expecting 3 recesses where this board would excuse itself for a gentleman who cited religious exemption to wearing the mask. And then a member of this community shouted at him, asking to know what religion he subscribed. The children who are here tonight, you are on the right side of history here, and I want you to know that people like our group are advocating for you. Others here are not as fortunate to be on the right side of history. That was unprecedented. Back in June, a community member said during public comment that they were up to the challenge of canceling our advocacy. Since then, we have grown to 28 chapters statewide with membership in the thousands. Our advocacy cannot be canceled. My remarks are going to be regarding 3 C's, the contract, civil rights, and COVID. The 203 teacher union contract negotiations began 8 months ago. Based on FOIAs obtained from the district and throughout the state, improved transparency is certainly in order. Please live stream the discussions happening at the bargaining table. Prior to inking any government contract, taxpayer input should be prioritized. When stakeholders are left in the dark, rumors can swirl, and every community deserves the pursuit of normalcy, particularly after the last year and a half. We hope to see every student prioritized by keeping our publicly funded schools open to the public without pause. Civil rights. Awake Illinois proposed the policy on equality and civil rights to this board back in June. We have not heard a response yet. Why would this district shun equality and civil rights in education? We hope any upcoming meetings you have with district parents on the issue result in the adoption of this policy. The Awake Naperville chapter has 203 parents and taxpayers ready to assist with the committee, Dr. Leaks, if you would be willing. No district should want to be vulnerable to violations of constitutional or civil rights protections. This policy will empower staff, students, and taxpayers to unite under the fundamental rights of this republic, to which we pledged allegiance at the start of this meeting. The last C is COVID-19 policies in school. Sadly, any prudent strategy requires us to completely dismantle American media and often American science and take a good look at European data. For historical context, it's worth noting that in 1984, a French virologist named Dr. Gallo with the NIH ended up isolating the retrovirus that became known as HIV-1. We as Americans do not have a monopoly on virology, and given the failures of the CDC and Dr. Fauci during the AIDS epidemic, they don't really deserve to be anyone's guiding light. The UK technical briefings are very enlightening as it relates to European data. Couple that with studies on PubMed focusing on Denmark and Sweden. They have a briefing on dropping contact tracing and quarantine in schools. It's a worthy read. I'll email these links to you tonight. Why do I tell you this? Well, the mask mandate will lift, and we will have to live with COVID and live without the governor's abuse of power. From the novel Dune, quote, "Law is the ultimate science, thus it reads above the emperor's door. I propose to show him law," end quote. Awake Illinois appealed to every regional superintendent of schools this morning via an open letter, asking them to lead by representing the will of the people. Governor Pritzker is not the emperor. Every region and local school board has an opportunity to harness the ultimate science, that of law. Refuse enforcement of this mask mandate at schools. The mask mandate is taboo. Vote out Governor Pritzker in 22. Thank you.
On behalf of the whole board, thank you for your comments. Our next speaker